Hey, what's up, guys? It is Latana, and I'm back with another video. If you're wanting to learn how to do that all over print, I'm super busy today, and I forgot that I was supposed to do this one t-shirt. It'll be good for you guys just to see it the whole thing through. So let's just take off. Here's the t-shirt design that I gotta do. She actually put the order in for red shirts, y'all, for red, and which means I would have to totally dice up the whole white shirt red, and don't have time to do that. So I've talked to her and but I'm gonna go ahead and do it to try to get this done. So on the front at the top, this is what she wants. This long live key Z, and then on the bottom and then in the back middle, she wants white clouds, doves, blah blah blah. And these are the files. So let me just jump right on into Corel over here because I got to get this moving. The first thing I need to do is grab my and take off. So the first thing I'm going to do is make my workspace be 44 inches by 44 inches. Okay, now I've got that large enough for me to work. We're going to start out with a rectangle. The rectangle is going to be 24 by 36. Okay, and this rectangle is going to be my background. Okay, that I'm gonna do. And what I'm gonna do is let me go over here and just. But the background is actually a piece of cardboard, so I do want to kind of make it a tan. Um, there we go. And take that outline. Some measurements real quick. So from the top of this shirt to the bottom is 24 inches and 24 by 24, and then we got the sleeves. Okay. Okay. So let's jump back over here onto the desktop. Okay. So the first thing I need to do is I need to make a sleeve, and well, I need to do that 24 by 24 box. Let's go ahead. No, I need to make a sleeve. I need to make a sleeve, guys. I jumped out a little bit too fast because I pretty much know what size the sleeves need to be, but on this one I don't, so I do need to measure. So from that box I'm going to come 5 inches by 5 inches by 7 inches. It's going to go 9.5 inches. So what I want to do is I want to make a box. I want this to be 9.5 long. I want that to be 9.5 long, and I'm going to unlock this because coming across here, I only need that to be like 5 inches. So I'm going to make that 5 inches. Okay. And then coming out here, that's 3 inches at the bottom. So, I'm sorry, I need to put that down here. So, let me do that again. This box here is going across the top. It's 5 inches, and coming down long, that's 9.5 inches, right? So, I'm going to set that there. Okay, now one thing that I did not do was turn on this grid, and I need to turn on the grid lines. When you go into your grids, set it at 1, and 1 is just 1 inch. I hit that too fast. Moving pretty fast, guys, so kind of moving a little bit too okay, I do have that up there. Let's see here. Yeah, it's one of those days. Okay, so I've got that at 1 inch by 1 inch grids, and all of that is fine. And then on the ruler is fine. And let's hit that. Now I need to go in and I need to view the document grid. Now I'm going to zoom in and show you. Okay. Now each one of these squares are 1 inch. Okay. So each one of those squares represent 1 inch. Now what I should do, you see how that moves? I actually want to turn on snap to grid. Um, and where is snap to grid? Where is it at? It should be up here somewhere, and I'm not seeing it. So let me go back over here to these grid lines, and I should be able to get to it real quick. Where is snap to grid? I want that snap to grid. Okay. And what that does is, you see how that little grid square pops up? That means that if that's popped up, it should snap to that side of that grid. Okay. So I won't snap to grid on, go out here, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to center that, and then this one here, I'm just going to put that there. Okay, and make that brown. Make that brown and take off that. And no, I don't want to do any of this stuff over here. Close out some of this stuff. I know it's a lot, y'all. So here we go. Now, this area here is 5 inches. So I want to kind of bring that over because your shirt doesn't go straight out. It comes at an angle. So what I'm going to do is bring that over like that. And then I want these 2 points. You got to be really, really, when you do this, you got to zoom in because this makes a big, big difference. It really does. And I'm just going to bring that down and I'll zoom in again. Because if I was doing multiple size shirts, this would make a big difference when I put a contour on it. But since I'm only doing this one shirt, it's not going to be so much of a difference. But you want to try to get this as close as you can to that side. Now I'm going to go here to fit. Okay. And then if you look out here, we're at about 1, that's about a half, right at 4, which when we measured, um, when we measured over here on the bottom of the sleeve here, I think that was like 3.5. Okay, so 4 will be fine. Okay, so we're just making the back template right now. So the same thing that we did here, we need to Control D to duplicate it and then flip it and then bring that over here, okay, to make the upper sleeve. And go in and zoom in on it. Okay. And zoom, zoom, zoom. Sometimes it is good to have it, to leave that outline on there. Sorry guys, I think somebody's at my front door. I had a t-shirt pick up. I guess Kim will answer or get the door. Um, so here we are, and I'm just going to try to bring that as close as I can. Okay, so now I got that. And the next thing that I may want to do is to put one thing I want to do is I want to select everything. And then once you select everything up here, you're going to see where you'll have combined and you'll have weld and all of that. I'm going to make this so where you can fit it. So if I hit weld, that will weld this together. Okay. Now normally I don't do the neck hole, but you could. And if you wanted to do the neck hole, you could just measure from so the neck on this is about 3 inches down. So if I wanted to do a neck, it's 3 inches down, and what is it across? Across here, it's about 8 inches wide. So this right here is right now is up here. If you go back up into this, we are looking at 8 inches by 3 inches. And this isn't exact because I'm Russian. But let's remember that that this is in the center and this is 44. So half 44 is 22. So about the center point of this would be here. And so that's at 3 inches. So this is 3 inches down. And then I come up about 3 inches like that. And let me just go ahead and just make that white, right? Okay. Now I'm going to go in and regroup that together. And so I can come here and I could select this, and then I could do back minus the front. So I'm going to have the back and not the front. And so if I click back minus the front, that takes that off. And now I got my t-shirt. Okay. Now that I got my t-shirt, I'm going to go ahead and I am going to lock this layer. And I don't know why I could have just went down there and hit lock, but object, it should be here somewhere. Lock this layer. Okay. So now that I've got this layer locked, what I'm going to do is go up here and I'm going to open up the object manager, and I'm going to go here and I'm going to rename this layer. That's my t-shirt layer. Now, once you do this, you can lock this layer and you can use this as a template for your other stuff, for small to extra large or whatever size you may need to go in and readjust it and all of that stuff. But this kind of gives you an idea of how this is done. Now, before I lock that layer, I want to go over here and let me unlock this, because I want to show you if I was doing, how I can make separate layers, but I don't really have time to do it. So I could go here to contour, and for each size larger that I want to go up, let's say if I'm going to use this from small to medium or small to extra large or small to large, I could go here and select the outside contour, and I've got 1, and I would make that be 1 inch. Okay, and that will put another contour, another size there on the back. You see that? So you could just keep doing that. You say that's your extra large size, and then you copy that and put that on another layer. But I've only got one shirt to do, so that could be my bleed. So let's just go ahead and re-put that on there, and we'll just leave that on there and just say that that's our bleed for today. That we're going to do, and I want that to be a different color. So, and actually I just want to go in and I'm going to break that apart, and then I'm going to just make that no color and then just do it as a line. Okay, so that kind of tells me right there. Okay, now if you notice, you'll see there where I was telling you about when you go in and do those points. One thing you could do to fix that is you just click on that node and then you could just move that up, okay, and make it fit right to how you need it to be. So not a big deal. So we got that, but it is there, you know. I'm not gonna worry about it too much. So let's go back here. Okay. Now that I got all this stuff done here, I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna go to view and I'm gonna turn off those ugly document grids because I just don't like them. And then I'm gonna go here. Well, I don't even have to do that. I'm just gonna go here and I'm just gonna go up to the side and lock this layer. Now I can't even work on that layer, right? Okay, great. It's going good, guys. It's going good. So what we need to do now is we need to click down here and we need to add a new layer. And this layer is going to be my design layer. I'm just going to say design because I'm only doing one, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so that's my design layer that we're working on. I can cut that on or off. You see that? So I just got that in the background. So as I'm designing, I know what I'm doing. Okay, so we got the design layer. So now what do we need to do? We need to start designing. So let me look and see what is going on here. What am I supposed to be doing for this lady? Okay, so I gotta do these two t-shirts. And let's see here. I'll make this smaller, guys. I really got to get my stuff together because I'm moving super slow around here. So on the front top, it's supposed to say long live Keezy. Okay. It's going to go here and I'm going to paste this. And that will paste in. And normally I can convert it to artistic text. It just keeps me from doing the typing. Okay. Let me close up my door because I hear Ken in there talking to. So long live Keezy on the top. On the bottom, it's going to say I love you. And on the back, it's going to say Big Brett. Even though she didn't pay for it, I agreed to do it because of you guys. You guys got this done, right? Because I wanted to show you guys this. And I didn't want to just do it and not make any money. So on the bottom. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab all of this stuff here so I don't have to keep coming back and forth. And paste it. And then just going to convert it to artistic text. And then make it big so that I can see it, right? So I know what it says that she wants. What it is that she wants it to say. Okay. So these are pretty much rest in peace designs, things that I've done in the past. And a lot of times I would just go in and just grab something that I've done and then take that and, you know, make it into something. So I got a bunch of rest in peace backgrounds right there. Let's see what I got here. Okay. I just wanted to see what it was first. Okay. This one will work. I'm going to copy it and put it over here to the folder that I'm actually working on. Okay. So I'll actually bring that into this layer here that I'm working on. Now at some point, Sometimes I would take that and make it larger or whatever I want to do. So that's going to cover the front. Okay. So I got that there. Let me go ahead and just center that. And then I'm going to turn that design off. I need to go over here and work on this t-shirt line. So what I'm going to do is here where I've got this, the line, I'm going to copy on the t-shirt. I'm going to lock that back. And then I want to go and select this page. And I also want to hide that. And I want to hit paste. Okay. The lock. It says, oh, it's okay. So I want to see the design, and I want to hit paste. Okay. So there it is. So I'm going to take this, the actual picture. I want to go up here to Object, and I want to go to Power Clip. Now, before I do that, you may want to go in and you may want to go to Bitmap Resample. That's on the 93 DPI, and you may want to just go in and see if you can increase the DPI on that. On this all over stuff, honestly, the picture is going to be kind of, fuzzy back there anyways, and it's going to take my computer a long time and be a lot of work on the computer, so it's not like you just have to do it, but it's, so I'm just going to take this here. I kind of got that how I want it to be. I'll select it, and then I'm going to power clip this, and I want to place this inside of this frame. Now we're working. Okay, now we're working. So we kind of got a idea of how we're going with this t-shirt, y'all. Okay, so now I'm going to take off that extra line. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go here, and I'm going to, let's see, do I want to lock that layer or do I want to work on top of it? You can do one or the other. If you want to come back and just, just use this same background all the time, you can just lock this and create another layer and start designing on top of that layer, which I think I'll do that so I don't have to do this again. So I'm going to lock the layer. But we got to make sure that when it's time to print it, that we print it. Okay, so I've named that design, so up here I'm just going to add another layer, and this layer here is going to be actually the design words or whatever we want to call it. Okay, so now we ready to start doing something. Look right here, this is locked. I'm on another layer, so I got to go over to this layer, and that's on that layer. So I'm going to unlock it and copy it just so that, and then I'm going to delete it, and then I'm going to go lock it, and then I'm going to go up here to this layer, and I'm going to go paste it. I do a lot of copying and pasting, y'all. So, okay, at the top of this shirt, now I'm working on a layer. All of the other two are locked, and I don't have to worry about anything. And if I want to see that other layer under there, I can see it. But here we go. Okay. Oh, I think I messed up. Oh, I messed up. Okay. I forgot when I did this shirt that this shirt is only going to be, I gotta go back. Dang. Okay. One thing that I forgot is that this shirt is only going to be like 24 inches, and this is like 36 inches, right? So I gotta go back and I gotta adjust that. I did not do that on this one. But it's okay because I'm just gonna cut the design short, okay? When I'm doing it. So you could, when you're doing your t-shirt design layer, you could go in and, make this the background and be the box, and then go in and make that 24. But we're just going to keep on rolling because I got to get this order done. So let me just hide that, turn that design on, and I just need to make a little box here to remind me that I can only do this design at 20 anything. Where is it at? 24 by 24. Okay, so from the top to the bottom of this design is 24. Okay, guys, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a little bit of cheating, and I'm going to put this line right here, try and make it red, so that kind of tells me stop. That's my flag for you don't go over that far. And I don't know where red is on here, so that'll have to do. Okay. So here we go. Now we need those pictures. Let's see, did I download them? Okay. Here's one picture. Here is the other. I'm going to go here and I'm just going to import them. There's one and there's one. Okay. So when I'm doing pictures, let's see, she says the one of him standing up, she wants the white letters, which are now going to be red letters, doves and clouds, wings, on the picture of him standing up, and the other picture in front of it. Okay. So we're going to take this picture of him standing up, and then we're going to put this other picture in front of it. But what I need to do is I need to go in. I'm going to try to remove these backgrounds. This one right here may be easy for me to remove using the background remover. This one right here may not be so easy, but it's worth giving it a shot before I sit up and try to manually remove the background. And this one I may be able to just go over here and go to bitmaps and go to the mask. Oh, I turned the mask off. Go up here to color mask and come on, what are we doing? It may be possible that I can just take that and apply it and remove the mask, but I already see that that's not going to work. So I'm not going to waste my time trying it. I'm going to try something else, which is going to lead me to go here to the internet. And once I'm on the internet, I'm going to go into my online apps and go try to use this BG remover and just pray that it works. If not, then I'm going to have to trace around the design. Won't be bad, but it will work. So let's try this one first. This helps in probably about 90% of the time. It works, and on here it worked pretty good. Download it. It just does it automatically for you. Save that to the desktop. Every design is not going to work, but you get most of it. And so on this other one, we're going to have the homeboy and the cars in the background and stuff. But then we can go in and we can clean up from there if that works for us. I think I have a video on this app. Oh gosh, that really is impressive. That's really, really, really impressive. Good. I don't have to do any cleanup. Just go ahead and download that. Thank you. If that did not work, then we would have went in Corel and we would have traced that and did a whole bunch of other stuff, which would have took us some more time. But luckily, BG Remove is just a lifesaver, right? Okay. And luckily, I know about it, and now you know about it if you didn't. So we're going to go ahead and delete these two, and then we're going to just go in and pull in the other two that we're going to do. That one and this one. Okay. So I'm just going to put one kind of like down here, and then one kind of like up here. And I'm going to kind of turn that, make this young man be kind of straight up like he's looking down. All right. Now, you got to remember that this line is where I'm working, so I got to remember that as I'm doing this, that I'm stuck on that line. So I can't do this too big. And this image right here, we're going to just go ahead and order that and bring that to the front of the page. You can always use short cuts. And actually, you know what, guys? This image, I think I'm going to have to bring it up and kind of have him kind of over like that. I'm not going to worry too much about the shoes because I still got to add words on here and all kinds of stuff. So at the top, we got to have this long live, and we know that needs to be in red. So I need to figure out what color palette I'm working with. Okay. Let me see which color palette I am using. Because, man, I don't know. That's Union Ink. That's Spot Color RGB. And so I don't need any of these color palettes. These are not the palettes that I need to be working in. If you don't have my color palettes, go to the website and get your Gildan color palettes and things like that. Your ink color palettes will help you a lot. So what I need to do is I need to bring in my RGB color palette. And just gonna put it, let's go put it right here. I don't want it to go trying to go to the top, and I didn't want it to go to the top. I want it to go here. And there is that bright red that I want. So now we gotta figure out, she didn't ask for a particular font or anything like that. And since we're gonna put long live, we're gonna go in and find, just go in and find a font. A lot of times these youngsters are like big bold fonts. Some people like the cursive fonts. She's a girl, so most of the times girls will like a cursive font. And we're just gonna, as we are doing this, we're just gonna be on here. Y'all are gonna see me moving stuff around, right? To make it fit. You're just gonna see me moving stuff around. So I'm gonna do this long live Keezy, and then I'm gonna go in and I'm going to put, I am known in my area as the RIP Queen, right? So because of the techniques that I do, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in and put these contours on here and bring that down because that's definitely too big. Come on. Now this font is really thin. That's taking too long for me, so I'm going to just click in here and make that 2, and then remove that and hit enter. And there we go. Okay, I'm liking that. Now, there are a couple of other things that we can do to this. This just has kind of a whitish outline around there. If we wanted to pull in whatever color we want to pull in, we can come here and we can hit our dropper tool on that. Oh, sorry guys. I selected the wrong thing. There we go. And oh, that's the problem. problem with hitting that with the dropper tool is that that layer is locked. So we could hit this dropper tool, and then I really need to move that stuff out of my way. But let's just go here and open up these colors. This document palette has to go, and let's put this RGB palette up. There we go. Now we're getting into something. Okay. And we don't want that to be orange. We wanted that to be red. Okay, so, I mean, not that. We don't want that to be red, but we can have it to be a shade of the red, something like that. That may be nice, and we could also bring that up one more if we wanted to. Bring it up to 2, and then this is gonna, you guys are gonna see how this is gonna come together in a sec. Bring that down and make that smaller. Okay. There we go. Okay. So now we've got that. We're going to go here to Object, and we're going to break the contour. And then not only are we going to break it, we're going to move that top piece. And then in here, we've got to go in and we've got to ungroup this one, because let's say, for example, we want to make that be white, and then we might want to move that red back in between there, and just go back in and align that. Okay. I'm feeling it, I'm feeling it, I'm feeling it, y'all. I'm feeling it. Okay. So, there we go. We got that. Not too sure that I'm crazy about it, but being that I am on a time slump, I need to move it on along. Okay. So, we got that, and I'll take that and bring it in a little bit. And the reason I'm bringing it in a little bit is because it is going to be on the front of the shirt. And so I need to just center and make sure that it's right. Okay, so that kind of offset that a little bit. No, it didn't. No, it looks fine. Okay. So now I'm going to take this back color back here, and I'll go over here and play with the drop shadow. Add a little drop shadow on here. Now I may be doing a lot because I'm, doing this for a video or whatever. Sometimes I'll go in and take this and I'll add some colors to it and all of that, but we won't do that now. So here we go. We got the long-lived Keezy, and I'm going to take it, and now I'm going to go Object, and I just want to group it all together, right? So I'm going to group that together. Okay. Now on the bottom, it's supposed to say I love you. So, okay. It's supposed to say I love you, 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 I love you. Okay. And so, she probably wants that to be in red too. And a lot of times what I do is I'll switch up my letter styles, or I'll reverse it, however I do it. See, when I want to go over here to my fonts, and I'm just going to click the bold fonts so that those will just my bold fonts will show. I want to be bold, but I don't want to be too bold, because you want to choose a font that's going to kind of go with what you're doing. That's the thing about a lot of people when they design, they'll grab fonts that look kind of crazy with the design. You know what? Here and here. Because that shirt is so short. And on down like that. And see, if this was for me, I'd have this big like this, but it ain't my shirt, so I gotta kind of do what the customer wants, kind of, you know, sort of. I don't design too much over out to the side too much. We may have to, this guy's got a lot of here. And I'll just bring this to the front. Okay, guys, there we go. So we're just gonna have him pretty much side by side, versus him being like in the middle, because she's got those words that she wants, and then I still gotta downsize it even more. Okay. This is a much bigger picture, so now this looks really, really kind of, the shirt's looking kind of empty to me. So I gotta do a little work on that. I want to make sure that this I love you is not just totally at the bottom. Of the shirt. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna put that I love you across there big down at the bottom, and then I'm gonna put some accents over around the shirt. I really, because his hat, the way his hat is, really, really want to do something like this. Is what I want to do. And I think I am going to do it. And then I'm just going to send it to her and tell her, hey, this is what I got for you. Because this picture actually does a lot better on the shirt. It really does. Than this one, because it's just, you know, it's just a thinner picture. So I'm just playing around right now, y'all, trying to get this how I want it to be. And I still got to make sure that I'm still to the center of this shirt. The whole purpose of doing an all over design is to have it be, you know, big. That's the whole purpose, is to have the design be big on the shirt. So, okay, so she wants some clouds and some doves. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to grab some doves. Let me go to, I got some doves and under obituary, under my obituary designs. Let's see here. I know, and I know I got some under. In the rest in peace, I should have some transparent doves or something like that. Let's see here. Um, there's some clouds. Come on, dove. There's a dove there. I'll take that. And I'll take this one also. Bring these doves in. Oh, that's not the one that I want. So looks like I'm going to be stuck with this one dove today, because I'm just going to duplicate him a couple of times and just put him at different points on the sign, and I'm just going to flip him over. Let's see here. I'm trying to go in a little bit. Because I want the dove. Now, see how big that dove is? Y'all know a dove ain't that big, so I got to go in and kind of downsize that. Downsize him just a little bit. That's fine. And there's absolutely nothing on the sleeves or anything, so go in and see what we can do about that. Put one more dove down here by his hand or something, and that part's probably going to get cut off. Okay, so now I need to go in and I need to do something with this. And with this, I'm going to, let's see what I'm going to do. I'm not really that crazy about that font. I don't want to use that thin font, so I do want to use something big and bold. I guess we'll put a contour on it and see what it's going to do. And here we'll go in and we'll put some white in there, and that'll break that up. Okay. Objects group. Ungroup it. Okay. Let's see. Okay, there we go. There's the white. Okay. So I'm going to select all three of those and bring them in and center it like that. And then while I have it, I'll bring it to the center of the page. While I have this, also bring that to the center, just so that in the end of all of this stuff, it'll look right. Now that looks big, look good, going big. I can't do too much with this image. Sometimes you can kind of distort it a little bit, just make it a little bit wider than what he normally is, and that'll be fine. Yeah, so we are pretty much done with this little design. It's quick, simple. I could do, since I don't have too much, she doesn't want anything on it, so you know, it's not a lot that I can do with it. She didn't want any dates or anything like that. So one thing that I can do kind of give it a little bit of pop is I can grab it and I can put a drop shadow on it. Now remember, the more stuff that you put on this stuff, you know, sometimes the longer it takes it to print. But you see that drop shadow, you can go in and you can mess with the drop shadow when you do it. Make it darker, make it lighter, whatever you want to do. I'm going to go back in and change that back once it finishes, but so far we're doing pretty good. See, that just makes it a little bit darker. And I'm going to leave, I generally like my shirts to be kind of light, so light and bright. Let's see here. Will I do a drop shadow on this guy here? I'll just leave him as be. He's cut around pretty good. You can do a hard drop shadow also, You know, it just pretty much depends on you. But guys, we got this, and what I need to do now is to go ahead and unlock that and delete it. And then his name is Big Set. Okay, so that's going to go on, I'm going to put Big Set on the background, on the back. Oh, sorry. Okay, so now I got to print this thing, right? Care too much about this bottom part because it is, you know, it only needs to be 24 inches was what we had measured it at, and then it'll stretch back down. So I could, if I wanted to, I could go here. Let's see which layer I'm working on the design layer. I could go here and do a knife and come here and go here and do a really nice cut. And I could just remove that like that. It's pretty much up to you. It'll save paper in the long run. Okay, so let's go back over here to print and go to file and go to print. Let me show you a couple of, you know, ways as far as printing goes. Let's go to the 2720 and then let's go over here to layout and let's go to here, and then there. Now we have our print and it's ready to go. And if you want to do any type of overlapping, you could just go here and increase this to 0.5 should do. I normally do about 2.5, but 0.5, 0.2, 2.5, something like that. But one thing that we have to do before we print this is we have to reverse it. So you can either reverse it in the design or you can reverse it, you know, here where we're going to print it. So I'm just going to go, since we're already in this stuff, I'm just going to go here and I'm going to mirror it. I'm not going to add any registration marks, crop and fold, or anything like that. Go here and set up how I want it to print. I always do presentation matte, and we're just going to leave it on standard. And I'm not going to worry about quiet mode. See here, I don't want that to print high speed. We are good to go, guys. This looks like this is going to print out really, really nice. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to put the paper